Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another video from Wheels Motorcycles. This is our first test ride of 2018, and what a bike to get. Really been looking forward to this one coming in. The bike's been with us a few weeks. We've only had a shop display model, and now we've got an official demonstrator and we're out on the road with it for the first time. This is the Kawasaki all-new Z900RS. And my first impressions is I just can't stop smiling with it. It's such a really sort of good feeling of a bike to be on. It's, for me, I mean, it takes me straight back to sort of where my riding started. It's just a big naked bike, big clock display, and it just feels good. It just feels good to be on. Back in 1973, Pink Floyd released the Dark Side of the Moon album. Monty Python was coming to an end on TV, and Kawasaki were giving us the Z1, and now here we are. We've got the new Z900RS, drawing heavily on the looks of the Z1. Lovely big teardrop tank on this. We've got the sort of duckbill rear mudguard, nice big set of clocks, the paintwork, the raised badges. I mean, everything about this bike just draws on the heritage from that Z. So what can I tell you about the bike? Well, we've got a 948cc inline-4 engine taken from the Z900, but as the Z900 is more of a sort of radical street bike, the Z900RS is definitely a more sort of sedate seating position. And what they've done is obviously smoothed out the power, given us the torque a little bit lower down the rev range in effect. We've got a short first gear on the bike, and a man who's changing his mind at the last minute. Excuse me. Need to be fully aware for the junction. Talking about that shorter first gear, that's there just to help you pull away, make sure the bike's nice and smooth for a quick and easy getaway in low gears. But they've also made the 6th gear a little longer, a little taller, to obviously when you're in 6th gear and you're sort of cruising along at your sort of 65, 70s, it means the revs are going to drop away, and it's not sounding like you're labouring the bike too much. Although, labouring the bike is not too bad. Kawasaki with this bike, what they've done is they say it's the first bike where they've designed the exhaust pipe for engine note. So in effect what they're doing is they're, essentially giving you the noise to play with, really. Haven't quite had a chance to get there yet. But it does, it sounds really fruity, a really good big sounding bike, and certainly a lot of fun to ride. Standard seat height for the bike is 835mm, although there is a lower seat option available. That takes 35mm off the seat, bringing it in at 800, so it's certainly going to be able to appeal to a lot of people. Price wise with the bikes, they're basically, we've got 3 colour options available at 3 different price points. 9895 will get you the black edition, 10099 gets you the black green, and by far the most popular, taken again, it's touched straight from the original Z, is the brown orange. 10199 for that bike, all bikes plus on the road, and genuinely they're all selling well. It's certainly, if you're putting your name down for now, you're looking at probably April, May time before you're going to get yourself on one. But it's worth the wait. If you are thinking of getting yourself one of these bikes, sort of the longer you leave it in the year, the longer you're going to have to wait for one, I think. Once people start seeing these on the road, the reviews are all coming out positive, and this is certainly one of the most anticipated bikes we've seen in a while. Although, get your eyes peeled, because the H2SX is on its way too, and that looks like an absolutely phenomenal bike. Rear suspension on the bike is covered by a mono shock. Again, a lot of people were questioning why it didn't have the twin shocks. The simple answer is for handling. Kawasaki said they felt it was really important, this bike, although it needs to carry the looks and the ethic, it needs to be up there with the best handling modern bikes on the road. That is the joy of having a modern sort of classic look bike, that you can open your garage, it can take you right back to when you've had these bikes before, but when you take them on the road, we're sure-footed. Okay, it does handle really nice. The roads you can see today, they're greasy, they're dirty, there's wet all over the place, but it feels good, it feels safe. Very planted bike. I've got ABS on this bike, I've got 2-position traction control on the bike, and like I said, an eco motor. It's riding nice. You probably can't pick up the exhaust note too much, but the engine note is absolutely lovely on this bike. It's a little windy today, it's certainly a grey day, but I think give it a few weeks, get the spring under us, and some evening blasts on this, it's going to be absolutely a real pleasure. I know a lot of you could say that this is biased, because obviously we're selling this bike, but this, what's not to like? It's just such a good bike, it's such a good machine, it's so easy to get on with, it certainly brings a smile to your face. Like I say, it's just a really well put together machine. Give the guys at the front a little look. Yes, it's a motorcycle. Oh, unfettered parkway for me. See what we're like then. So dual carriageway, 70 miles an hour, 4,000 revs, and certainly very stable feel to the bike. Being a naked, sometimes it can feel a little bit vague when you start pushing yourself through the wind, but this is good. Definite props to all you guys and girls that are still riding around at the moment and that ride through the winter. I definitely can confess to being more of a fair weather rider. My riding is for pleasure and not out of necessity most of the time. So yeah, I think that the thing obviously with winter riding is, yes, it's cold, and yes, it's not ideal, and yes, it can be dark and dingy, but for actual skills and building your riding, it's pretty hard to beat, because having that ability to ride round conditions and to get the best out of yourself and the bike is a definite skill. It's a definite skill. It's all very well in the summer when you're sticking to the road like glue and it's super light and dry, but I think yeah, it's definite nod to the guys and, let's say, the girls that ride their bikes all year round. With all videos, this is the demo. Please give us a call, come down, get yourself a go. You certainly won't be disappointed. I think the only choice you'll have is, after riding it, is picking which colour you want. We've also got the Cafe Racer coming out. Remember, that's the version of this bike but has the fairing as a standard fit. Comes in vintage lime, like a flat vintage green, stripe down the bike. Really good looking machine. That should be with us in probably around about a month's time. 10,349 for that bike, plus you're on the road. Different seating positions, so different lines to the bike, but a great looking machine as well. Personally, probably if I was having one, I would have the CAF, just because I love that old school look to it. But nobody's taking points away from this one for old school looks either. Once again, thank you very much for watching the videos. This has been an absolute pleasure to shoot this one. Another bike ticked off my list. 2018 is definitely going to be a year for many, many test ride videos for us. There's a lot of bikes coming from all the manufacturers. Please keep watching. If you like what we're doing, hit the subscribe button. Tell your friends, and hopefully we'll see you guys real soon.